had today, it's a good day, but I want to talk about some things that have been getting, well, I would say irritating me. That's a good word, irritating me about where I stay and not just where I stay, but just in general. Um, a few weeks ago, me and a couple of friends went out to downtown. I'm gonna name bomb. I'm sorry, I have to because it really affected me in a way where I just won't go back. And great that I'm moving. I'm glad I'm moving in a couple. But with that being said, the place is called 54, 54 Studio 54, Studio 54. So if you look that up, you'll know where it is, and it's in Alabama, in a lower city in Alabama, close to Pensacola, if that gives you an idea of where it is. But anyways, it's called Studio 54. Um, I used to work across the street from this club, and we decided to go out on a Friday one night. And we've been there like numerous times already. So it's not like that was the first time we went. It was just, I mean, it was one of the first times we went on Friday. I won't say we didn't go on a Friday night, but that was one of the first times that I can recall that we actually went and planned to go on a Friday. So we went out um, that Friday, and we, I don't know, my other friend, he decided. Usually he wears like polos and like button downs and slacks, whatever. But he decided to actually wear um, I would say what you call urban attire or urban wear to this particular club, which in my opinion was totally fine. He had on a t-shirt and a t-shirt. Well, what do you call those things? Like a printed t-shirt, so it had something on it. It was really nice. It wasn't like just a random shirt or anything, but it looked really nice. It was a printed t-shirt and shorts. They were He's about 6'1", 6'2", so his shorts came right to his knees. So they weren't under his knees. You can still see his knees, but they were right at his knees. So they weren't above his knees. That's my, and I'm getting to that point in a minute. But with that being said, that's what he had on, and he had on a pair of sneakers. And so we were walking down the street. We finally get to 54, and we try to go in, and I'm signing the little, thing that they make you sign when you go into a place. But while I'm signing in, the security guard behind me, not well, in front of me, in front of the desk, right in front of me, looked. Actually, he didn't even look. He just walked up and actually started checking my friend's clothing. He actually pulled his shirt up, and I was like this is new. I don't recall him actually calling you over to tell you you can touch him, even though you are a security guard. I get that, but you have no right, in my opinion, to actually touch somebody for no apparent reason. You need to let them know what you're doing if you're going to touch them, or if just no, you just don't do that. And but I digress. He pulled his shirt up to see if he was sagging. That's the thing that he was trying to see. And my friend wasn't sagging. He doesn't sag anyways, but that's what he did. So he was like, "Why? What? Why are you? Why did you? What are you looking for?" And the security guard was like, "Well, I was trying to see if you were sagging because actually your shorts are too long." At this point, I was like, you know what? I can clearly see your dress code and everything. I understand, you know, whatever, but the way you approached them was very, it was a little awkward and a little, in my opinion, disrespectful, and it came off as you were or he was stereotyping. And if um, I want to post I'm gonna try to find the 5-4 rule regulations and post the guidelines of the clothing and everything. um, but basically, in my opinion, their guidelines are very, very racially driven, if that makes sense. It really, they don't make sense. They have a rule that you can't wear your hat backwards, which I don't really get. I mean, if you have that rule, that's cool. If you're gonna, and keep in mind, this is not like an upscale, just oh my gosh, they sell this and that. They have seats. They people come in, celebrities come in every day. It wasn't that kind of place. It was just a regular club that young people can get in. Like it was nothing, extravagant. Not to say that was a bad thing. It just wasn't extravagant. But with that being said, I did not feel as though they had any right to, you know, stop him of all people and say, you know what, your dress, we're not gonna let you in. So with that being said, I asked the security guard if I could actually, because I actually have been there before, and usually I can get in free because I had friends there that worked there, and they will always, let me or whoever came with me in with no hassle at all. And so I said, you know what, let me talk to your manager or whoever is over, the night shift. He was like, it was another guy standing, which I don't feel he was even, I don't think he was a part of it, really. I think he was just standing out there. But he was standing by the security guard. He didn't have anything on but regular clothes. And the security guard pointed to him and said, "Yeah, you can talk to him." So I was like, you know what, my friend, I come here a lot, and I've came here on a Friday before, and we've never been stopped. He's like, "Well, I'm always here on Fridays, so he probably would have been stopped. You're fine." I'm like, you know what? I get that I'm fine, but I'm not gonna go in and actually buy anything from you unless my friend is gonna be able to come in with me. So with that being said, look at his attire, and I mean, he's okay. It's been numerous people that came in that look had on different things that probably didn't, fit the regulations, but you're just giving him a hassle. And so the guy started to get offended and just offensive and really like trying to be like, all, well, no, da 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 da. And I was like, well, no offense, and please don't take any. I'm trying to understand your rules and regulations and how someone his size cannot get in, but it's numerous people that have, shorts on that are getting in. And so, meanwhile, this girl behind us saw what was going on, and she decided to come in and say, "Yeah, what's going on? Like, my friend right here, he has on shorts. What's the difference between his and the guy right here?" And the guy started getting offended and started to say stuff to her, and I was like, "Wait, hold up, calm down. This is not that serious. Like, I'm just trying to understand why your rules is what they are, because I I mean, you're doing a lot right now." But then my friend, decided to be like, well, he stood by the guy that it was another guy that walked out. Then there was a guy behind him that had on shorts, and he stood right beside him. He was like, well, these shorts are the same size as his. The guy was much shorter than he was, so, and his stature was a little bit different. So of course he would wear shorts that are short. But this guy was, my friend was tall and bigger, so he's not gonna wear short shorts. I mean, it doesn't make sense. But basically, needless to say, we didn't get in just because the guy was really starting to get rude with my friend and say, "Well, you're arguing with me, you're being this and that." And my friend, he really wasn't arguing. He was trying to understand what was going on and why he wasn't being admitted inside this club that he's already been to numerous times. I say all that to say this: after that, I didn't want to go back. I definitely, and I haven't been back since then. And I told a lot of my friends not to go back just because. And before that, before this, he actually, my friend, he also said, "You know what? I feel as though this is you're coming off very racist." And I would have to agree with him. I really do agree that what the guy did, not the security guard, but him too. He when he touched them, that's a no no. You don't touch anybody. I don't care who you are. You don't touch me if I'm not doing anything. I'm not drunk. I'm not acting obscene. I'm any person that you would I'm any random person basically. You don't disrespect me by using your authority or what you perceive as authority. Try to use it over me as like leverage or something. Like, no, don't do that. If you're placed in that position, I feel as though you're held to a higher standard. Like, yeah, you see drunkards come in and all that, but you are able to see who's not acting crazy and who is, just a regular person trying to have a good night with their friends. With that being said, I do think it was very, they did stereotype, and the rules, in my opinion, are very, um, they're leaning toward the stereotypical, oh, if I can put these little things, most of these people won't get in kind of thing. Um, with the hat backwards, no capris, sometimes no long t-shirts, just things like that, which I don't wear anyway. So it doesn't matter for me, at least. But for my friends, I'm very diverse with my friends. Some where, as you can see, I'm growing dreads right now. Yeah, that's a part of this YouTube as well. I won't say this is my third third month, so I'm still in third month. It's growing pretty fast, but anyways, that really did bother me, and I just want you, just I want to ask, how do you feel about the situation? Have you ever dealt with that? Do you think the situation was racist, or do you think it was just common policy or protocol that they were trying to, I guess, regulate at that time? I want to know what you think, and please continue to follow me. Follow. I sing. I'm doing the updates with my dreads, and I do stuff like this whenever I feel feel passionate about something. I want to just release it to someone, and yeah, just tell me what you think about the situation.